What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here again with another video on my favorite cryptocurrency, Theta. Now, if you haven't seen the other videos I post, one is how to get free Theta, and then the other one is how to buy Theta in the US. So I will link those somewhere. I'll also put them in the description. You can go check them out. But in this video, I want to go a little bit deeper into what Theta is, talk about the technology and the coin, and it's actually a two-token cryptocurrency, I guess you should say or could say. But before I do that, if you like learning how to make money or want to follow my journey and how I try various ways to earn income and earn money online, then definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing, and go ahead and like this video because it helps the algorithm out. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into this. I'm going to pull up my computer and let's talk a little bit about what Theta is. Okay, so Theta, if you go to their website, the Theta, what is it? ThetaToken.org. It talks a little bit about what Theta is. They call it a next generation video delivery powered by you. And I'm going to sort of explain to it in a real short description. It's essentially a way of decreasing the need for content delivery data centers all across the globe. And essentially it allows people to share their bandwidth, the excess bandwidth. Typically you're not using up all of your bandwidth at your house. And so you can share that and earn a little bit of currency for doing it. It makes it a whole lot easier for distributors like Netflix or YouTube or any of these content delivery, video streaming server systems. It essentially allows them to not have to deal with the large headache of increasingly large amounts of bandwidth necessary to stream video across the world. Instead, they can essentially share streaming or bandwidth from people just like you and me and pay you in this particular cryptocurrency. I want to talk a little bit about sort of one of the co-founders of YouTube and what he says about Theta. Theta's innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry much the same way that YouTube did traditional video back in 2005. So, and he says here, one of the biggest challenges had been the high cost of delivering video to various parts of the world, and the problem is only getting bigger with HD, 4K, or higher quality video streams. So a lot of this is centered around live streaming, but it's really any video streaming whatsoever. A lot of these countries across the globe really don't have access to good video streaming because it's really not profitable for a lot of these companies to put data centers close to some of these users in these developing countries. And Theta essentially solves that, or aims to solve that. It says here, I'm excited to be part of the next revolution of streaming space, helping Theta create a decentralized peer-to-peer network that can offer video delivery at lower cost. This is going to be huge. Not many people really know about Theta at this point. But it is going to be gigantic, and you want to be involved with that. All right, so before we get too deep into this, I'm going to put the disclaimer out there. I am not a financial advisor. This is all just my opinion, so do not do anything based on what I'm saying. Do your own due diligence, and if you like what you see, then you can invest or do whatever you want. But I'm not telling you what to do. We'll get that out of the way right now. The way that Theta works is they have what's called enterprise validator nodes, they have guardian nodes, and they have edge nodes. Now, Theta is a two-token cryptocurrency, essentially. They have something called Theta, which is the main token. Let's go over here. And currently, the main Theta token is $4.99. And then they have something called tfuel. Now, tfuel is the secondary. It's at 16 cents, almost 17 cents right now. Every Theta transaction requires tfuel in order for that transaction to happen. And currently it's, or I guess I should always say, it will always be 0.000001 tfuel to do a transaction. So essentially, if you had one tfuel, you could make transactions for the rest of your life. I mean, there's so many transactions that can happen through one tfuel. But essentially, the way that it works is these enterprise validator nodes and these guardian nodes can take their tfuel and stake it. So unlike proof of work tokens like Bitcoin and that type of thing, Theta uses a proof of stake. So as people stake their tfuel, they buy tfuel and then they stake it, meaning they can't use it, they can't spend it, but by staking it, they can earn tfuel. So you get Theta so that you can stake it and earn tfuel. Enterprise validator nodes, and they're big names like Google and Sony, Samsung, Binance, Blockchain. These companies recognize that streaming is going to be humongous in the coming years. It already is, but it's going to be even bigger. And so they have bought in a large amount into Theta. The next step down from these validator nodes are what's called guardian nodes. And guardian nodes originally, when Theta went live, you had to have 10,000 Theta in order to become a guardian node. You have to be a guardian node in order to stake your Theta, but if you have, now they've changed it, lowered it to 1,000 Theta tokens, and you can become a guardian node. And you basically stake your token, and then you can earn tfuel. And then the next step down is edge node. And think about edge nodes as is the everyday person, you and me, running software on your computer that essentially just uses your excess bandwidth and shares it to the network. And that's essentially what the edge nodes are. It's just software that you can install on your computer and it'll share your excess bandwidth. Think about this though. It literally is just software. And so you've got Sony, Samsung involved. Well, what does Sony create? They make TVs, they make other devices that you can use at your house. Samsung the same way. They make televisions. Sony makes PlayStations. Either one of these platforms could instantly do an update to their PlayStation platform or any of their TVs and start running Theta Edge node on all of their devices that are already sitting. And all of a sudden, once that happens, this network explodes with edge nodes, which makes streaming exponentially more affordable for a lot of these companies that are trying to get into streaming. The other thing to keep in mind is that I believe personally the education is changing. It will change rapidly over the coming years. I've been saying for probably 5 years that college is going away. College as we know it is going away. There's already major companies like Tesla and Apple and other tech companies that don't even care about a college degree. If you can prove that you know how to do what they're looking for, they'll hire you. And so the value of college as we know it is going down. People are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a degree so that they can earn $40,000 a year. It's just absurdity. But that's going to go away, especially with something like this, because now you're going to have these networks pop up or these websites pop up to stream and educate over the web. It's already happening. Look at what's going on with public education and Zoom right now. But the problem right now is the bandwidth that these companies require in order to push out those feeds to all these computers. This solves that problem. And we are so early in on what's happening and what's going to be happening with Theta moving forward. Right now, price of Theta as of what's today, March 9th, is $5.02. And if you look at the graph, look at where it was even a year ago. If we go over here and change this to a year, 1 year ago, Theta was at 6 cents, give or take 9 cents. Today, it's at $5. If we look at even how it's moved in the last 3 months, it has gone from 64 cents in December to $5 right now in March. And here's the other thing to keep in mind is Sony Europe just picked it up and got on board. It's not on Coinbase. Coinbase is the largest crypto market that there is. Hasn't gone on to Coinbase yet. It likely will. Very few people know about Theta right now. And so I think the potential for this coin is astronomical. So right now you can see that there's a market cap of 5 billion. And here's the other thing with Theta. There are only 1 billion Theta tokens in existence that will ever be created. There can never be any more Theta than 1 billion. And right now, a lot of these Guardian nodes and validator nodes are buying up Theta so that they can stake it to earn tfuel, because tfuel is going to be the currency that is actually used to pay people for their bandwidth, their excess bandwidth. It's going to be the currency that's used. And the other interesting thing about tfuel is that there is a built-in inflation rate, and the validator nodes can vote to pay themselves more tfuel. And so you want to be in this Guardian node, Enterprise node level, 1,000 tokens plus. The benefit of that is going to be huge. You can essentially just generate tfuel all day, every day, at an even greater rate than the edge nodes can. And so here you can see tfuel, even the price of tfuel. What if tfuel goes to $1 or $2? Right now, you can see here back in, what is this, 2019, it spiked to 2 cents. Looked like a spike back then. And now it's up over 16 cents. And if you look back here, just a month ago, it was at 7-8 cents in that range. So we've already added a 10 cents per tfuel just in the last month. The growth and what could become of Theta is incredible. The other thing I want to talk about, let's scroll down here just a little bit. This is essentially the problem that Theta is trying to solve. You look at live video streaming today. It's got poor quality. Today's content delivery networks lack reach, causing videos to buffer, high load times in many parts of the world. Skyrocketing data needs. So think about this. Right now, most streaming is done at 1080, but 4K and 8K are coming. And think about the amount of data that you're trying to push over the internet at those kind of rates. The other thing is that right now it's all centralized. So these companies have to build out these huge data centers with these massive bandwidth pipes just to be able to push out the feed. Even Facebook and YouTube and some of these major players in the video space have trouble with live streaming and being able to push out those live streams effectively. Theta solves all of that, because instead it's all decentralized. So all of these nodes out on the web can pick up those feeds and then reshare them with people across the street or 2 towns over, rather than them having to go to these large data centers or wherever they might be. And the thing is, viewers can earn rewards for that as Theta fuel. So when they share their excess bandwidth, they're rewarded because they're participating in the network. Decentralized turns into higher quality, smoother video streams. Essentially, it's peer-to-peer network. And then they reduce the cost of delivering video streams. Again, because these companies aren't having to build out these massive data centers, they can do it right from these peer-to-peer network that they're building. Open source, of course, you can go through and look at the documentation. And that's not even talking about smart contracts that are coming to this. Their mainnet 3.0 launches in 43 days. So we're talking $5 right now per token. And their latest upgrade, the mainnet 3, hasn't even gone live yet. And it's going to introduce tfuel staking and uptime mining. And Coinbase hasn't picked it up. So there is so much potential. I don't even know. I'm not going to speculate on where I think this price could go. But it's at a $5 billion market cap right now. Bitcoin is like a $980 billion market cap. And so if this is only at 5 billion and it actually has an incredible utility behind it with the future of the internet, I believe that this thing could go way, 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 way higher. And this sort of lays out the roadmap. I actually haven't even looked through some of these. One-click delegated staking within the Theta wallet. That's pretty incredible. Decentralized exchange. NFT marketplace. So think about that. If you have any familiarity with NFTs or non-fungible tokens, I can't even wrap my mind around the potential of what NFTs will become. But it's going to be huge, and it's going to be built into Theta. Then you look at mainnet launching in Q2, elite edge nodes, tfuel staking, the official Theta app released for the Ledger and Treasure, the hardware wallet. Version 2 edge compute with expanded video transcoding. So not only is, this is pretty incredible too, not only does tfuel allow you to generate revenue, or I should say the edge node allow you to generate revenue for by sharing your excess bandwidth, but you can also share your computer resources to process different tasks on the Theta network. So for instance, what it's talking about right here, video transcoding. So think about this. When you upload a video right now to YouTube, and if you haven't ever done it, there's a process where that video gets transcoded. So you upload the video, and then there's a time period where Google services are transcoding that into different versions. That requires server capacity to do that. With this edge compute, you're basically distributing that transcoding across their network, and so individual computers can process that, and you pay them a little bit of tfuel for doing it. It really almost removes the need for a lot of these data centers. Edge caching, new use cases, edge compute, machine learning. Again, so just like video transcoding, machine learning, you can distribute some of that AI computing power across the network. Fully decentralized streaming through DApp. Notice this is later this year. All of this stuff is coming out this year. So the potential for Theta in just the next couple of years is unbelievable. I can't even, I'm an IT guy, so I have an understanding of how all of this works. And this is mind-blowing. I can't believe that it's taking this long for something like this to come out. It really is revolutionary. If you're not involved with Theta yet, I think you need to go ahead and start researching it and figure out if this is something that you want to get involved in. I am a huge proponent of Theta. I think it's incredible. I think the technology is incredible. I think the potential for the Theta token itself is incredible. There's not very many, in my view, there's not very many cryptocurrencies that have the utility that Theta has. And so I think it's just, the potential of it is huge. And so definitely go check out the videos that I already published on Theta. It'll give you a little more insight into it. If you want to follow along and follow my journey as I try to figure out how to generate more and more revenue and money and income online, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. If you like this video, smash that like button because it really helps the YouTube algorithm out. Share this with your family and friends. I think that the potential is huge, and if you get involved, there could be some tremendous opportunities for you and your family. So thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one.